Mitt Romney in the state of Florida alone has spent $15.3 million. Now that's unbelievable. Him and his PAC, of course, Restore Our Future, which should be renamed Destroy Newt Gingrich at all costs. John McCain, in his entire winning campaign in 2008, through all of the primaries on the Republican side, spent only $11 million. That's amazing. Romney has outspent him in one state alone. That's how much money Mitt Romney has raised and then bulldozed Newt Gingrich with. And by the way, that's why right now, according to the average of all the polls, Mitt Romney winning by 13 points in Florida. I mean, this is unprecedented. I've never seen a negative campaign ad this significant. In fact, I'm not alone. Almost every expert in the field says it as well. Rick Wilson is a legendary Republican operative, and that is not a good thing, okay? But he's a guy that's been involved in a tremendous number of campaigns, knows all about dirty tricks, etc. And here's what he says. Quote, in the past, a 60-40 positive to negative ratio in ads used to be considered a heavy load, but that world is just gone. So it used to be 60% positive, and that was still, 40% negative is pretty heavy. You know how negative they've been, Mitt Romney's ads in Florida? In fact, all the political ads run in Florida. 92% negative. 92%. That's unbelievable. It's unprecedented. Rick Wilson continues. He says, the Romney camp made a very clear decision that this was going to be somebody's Waterloo. In other words, and he talks about this, and the Daily Beast has a good article on this, where they explain, hey, you know what? This also drives up your own negatives, and Mitt Romney's views of Mitt Romney, I should say, have been going more and more negative as we go. But he doesn't mind as long as he hurts Newt Gingrich even worse, right? And that's the direction that he's been going in. And so they figure either I'm going to lose or you're going to lose, but this is going to be somebody's Waterloo. So far, it looks like Gingrich's. Wilson continues. The Romney camp, the scope and effectiveness of their negative campaigning have been breathtaking, and it's all paid off. They figured out on the fly that Romney showing fight and backbone, not being a squishy, soft, mealy-mouthed, half-assed campaigner, could bear dividends with conservatives, because everything comes down to, will we have a candidate who takes it hard to Obama? No, he nailed it. Look, I don't agree with anything else Rick Wilson says, but he's totally right about this. Because in a normal campaign, if you're running in a general election, et cetera, if you're that negative, people get turned off by it. But it's a Republican primary. The more vicious you are, the more the Republicans like you. The more Newt Gingrich attacks during the debates, the more they cheer and the more his poll numbers go up. The more negative advertising Gingrich did in South Carolina, the more it helped him. Now, Mitt Romney's saying, I got backbone. I can take on Obama, because the only thing they care about is who can beat Obama. So he's like, watch me. I'll get even more vicious than Newt Gingrich. I'll snap his spine and drink the fluid. Yeah. And Rick Wilson says he did a good job with it. And they said he realizes if they hadn't done it, Newt keeps just coming back at you. In fact, he has a very colorful way of saying it. He said, quote, they realize that Gingrich is like a zombie. If you don't shoot him in the head, he'll just go and go and go. It's true. Now, did it work? Well, Wilson has an answer for that too, and I agree with him here as well. Quote, there is no substitute for nuking the ever-loving shit out of the other guy. And nobody would know that better than Rick Wilson. And he's absolutely right. Every time Mitt has gone negative and overwhelmed Newt Gingrich with negative ads, it has totally worked for him. It worked for him in Iowa, where he outspent Newt Gingrich at least 4-1. In Florida, he's outspending him 5-1, 92% negative ads, and it is totally working. They're nuking the shit out of Newt Gingrich.